Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where we have reached a bit of a tipping point here. And specifically what I mean is we're basically at a point now where we can't spend our money as quickly as it's coming in. I would very much like to get all of these constructions basically back to where they should be. They're not quite there yet, but we're in the 5s at this point, right? And if we scroll down this list, we can see there's a long ways to go. No doubt about that. So that's definitely a thing. And so here's what I think I'm going to do is I think we've done enough of the construction on camera for right now. So what I'm going to do is before each episode, assuming I remember to do it, before each episode, I'm going to spend down our money in pause mode, and then we can do other things like fighting Britannia, which is something I'd definitely like to do up over here in the actual episode. So that's the way we're going to go for a little bit here, although I am definitely thinking that we are going to be bringing this to a close and moving on to Crusader Kings fairly soon, which of course means our empire needs to fall. And the question is, how do we want to do that? I don't know yet. I'll think about that, but we're going to need to bring this to a close relatively soon. What's the current date? 331 CE? Okay, so yeah, that's definitely something that needs to happen. At any rate, I'm going to do the gold expenditure off camera here, and I will be back once that's completed. Okay, so I have spent down our gold a decent amount here, and we're going to need to come back to finish up this state, so we will be back there in a bit. First, I want to come over to Britannia, and I want to start fabricating... That was very laggy. Okay, I want to start fabricating a claim on Britannia. So we're going to fabricate a claim here, and this should be on, like, Hirtania. This province here. Okay, so that'll be fine. We'll let that go for the time being. And I'd like these guys to embark. We need to get some money, right, in order to finish that off. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to sail on up over this direction and head into port. Actually, we should be, like, over here. And then I want this army to not be on road build anymore, and they're going to come up over here. So we're going to fight the Britannians down over here. We're mostly just interested in taking this territory, but there's also this over here. Hang on. If that's the case, then I actually don't want to leave this with this unit. We're going to want to bring in a different army for that. I'm thinking this army. So they're going to come on over here. That'll be absolutely fine. And we're going to head down over this direction again as soon as we arrive back. Because I definitely changed my mind here. So we're going to head over here, and as soon as we're done fabricating our claim on Britannia, we're going to take some of their stuff here. No doubt about that. We're also interested in kicking them out of Iberia with this location, and this location. We'll see if we have the ability to do that, and they're kind of creeping in over here as well, but that's understood. We need to definitely kick them out of those areas. So these guys are going to take a while to come on over, and in the meantime, let's head back over to Daphne, because I'm having this turn into a research city at this point. So that'll be fine. We got a breakthrough, and that gives us a new invention. What are we interested in? Well, in the civic inventions here, what is available? You know, there's some decent stuff here, but let's check in oratory and see what we've got going on over here. So we've got a fair amount of things over this way, right? Improve opinion maximum is kind of okay. But there's nothing just phenomenal down this direction. I don't feel like we need any of this. So what about religious advances? There may well be some good religious advances here. Population capacity is pretty good. Interesting. Monthly stability change plus 0.02 for child sacrifice. Fascinating. Then there's army morale recovery down over here, and national manpower. We really don't care about that. I don't want syncretism, so we're not going to go that route. And then there's national manpower down here, army morale recovery. This is cost to DFI ruler. We don't really care about any of that. Morale of armies here, though. That's interesting. So in that case, we could take Oath of Brotherhood and make our way down to War Dedication. I think that's definitely something to work on. So we do have a colonizable province. That's this down over here, which we're going to do. And then I want to head back over this direction. We just finished up Daphne, and we need to check through here. So I haven't done all of this because we ran out of money. This should be a logging camp. This is already a research location. That seems fine. We do not need a forum or tax offices here. So it would be something like that. Okay, farming settlement, those look good. This is set up as production. I think that's okay. And we put in a pair of mills here, no citizen district, an additional mill. Cool. This is a slave estate, that's okay. That's a farming settlement, and then a mine. Okay, so that state is good to go. We don't need to do any more investment, in theory, this episode. So now what I want to do is I want to sail this navy on over to here. It's going to take a while before we have our claim ready to go, and we can definitely have these guys embark here. So we can do that. Did they actually embark? Yes, it was just laggy. Okay. And then they can sail up over to about here. So the question is, how long until our Britannian claim is complete, right? That's the real question here. And we're about 20% done with it. So that's understood. We're definitely interested in kicking Britannia out of Africa for sure. And then the next goal would be kicking them out of Iberia. That's a lot of gold. And I don't want to spend it on that. Cool. So our additional force is on its way down here, but it's going to take them a while. They're not force marching. They're just moving along the roads. They should be there in time. I'm not concerned about that. In fact, generally speaking, we're going to be a bit ahead of schedule, I think. Is this True Ocean down here? It is. So this takes a while to get through. Yeah, this is very slow out over here. So that is absolutely noted. That is in True Ocean, and that is fine. So we're in position here now, and why don't we go here? We should be here. We're going to want to head into this fleet as soon as we arrive. So we're now about 30% done with our Britannian claim. Everything is looking great there. And we're already up to 2,200 gold. Insane. So at this point, we're going to want to head over to about here. And the question is, do we have another army we want to bring over? Honestly, maybe. Or maybe we just want to make another one. Hang on. Let's see what we've got going on here. So 72 out of 74. Yeah, these are pretty full at this moment. So we could go for like an army of Syria. 65, 68, 69 from Asia. I'm contractually obligated to say nice. 73 from Punt. That's a good option. And that's the one that we're going to go for. Okay, so we're going to raise a legion here, and this is going to have, well, we're going to want it to be very much like this, right? So we're going to go for 10 units of camel, or actually, I'm going to go 5 units of camel and 5 units of heavy cavalry. Then we're going to go for 10 units of siege engineers and 10 units of supply train, like that. Then we're interested in 30 plus 30. I don't think we can get quite that much, so let's take this for now up to 15 plus 15. Okay, can we get to 20 and 20? We can? We can't go too much higher than that, though. We can go to, like, 22 and 21, so we're going to go with this. So we're going to get that going, and that army should exist down over here. Oh, that's an awkward place for it to have spawned. Okay, then. That's going to take a long time to get. So that's noted. Do we want another army? Probably. So let's go for, I think, Syria. We'll raise up this one, and again, we're going to go for 5 units of cavalry, or camel cavalry, and 5 units of heavy, and we're going to go for full support forces. And then we're going to go for some archers. I'm going to go for 15 and 15 here. It's going to be slightly smaller. Okay, 17 is what we've got. So that'll be fine, and that is in Mesopotamia. So these guys we can actually get... Oh, they spawned here. Okay, that's an interesting place for them to spawn, but I guess they're actually in Syria, not Mesopotamia. So that is fine. We will get them moving up to here. So it's going to take them a little bit to get their morale up. That's understood. And we're going to have to fetch that Puntik army fairly soon. That's going to be a little awkward. No doubt about that. Well, we need a new governor in Cilicia, and we have a Scorn family, so we're going to put in this guy. In fact, we still have more Scorn family members. Interesting. Well, we're going to have these guys disembark here. And then we're going to sail on down and come and get these. It's going to take a while. That's going to be slow. So there's no way to get these off of here without our navy, so we're going to definitely have to go after them that way, but it just is what it is. There's not much we can do about that right now. So that is absolutely understood. So we're in good position here, and we're slowly sailing our way up over here. We're at about 44%. So these guys, to be honest, I think they should come back over this way. So this is coastal. This is true ocean coastal, true ocean coastal. We're going to want to be here, but I don't want to sit there for as long as this is going to end up being, right? So this is not going to be too bad to get to where we want to go. We're just going to want to disembark somewhere out here. And that's 4.25 no matter what. Okay. They'll just sit here for the time being, and we'll be ready to attack fairly soon. So these guys are moving up to here. These guys are moving up to here. And then this fleet is moving down to grab these. We just want to get them onto the mainland somewhere. It doesn't really matter that much where. So that's all looking good for now. Everything is progressing nicely. We are going to be attacking Britannia very, very shortly. Unfortunately, this navy is then not going to be available because my plan was that we were going to take this, have these guys be attacking here, and then once we had this, we would take these guys up over here. That means that this navy is going to have to be shared for that. So timing might be a little awkward there. We will see. Britannia definitely needs to be cut down to size, though, and we are in a good position to do that. So that is exactly the goal right now. Out here, these guys are definitely taking attrition. That's not surprising. Actually, they should be taking 0 attrition here. But it's going to be a problem that they spawned on this little island. So that's definitely an issue. But we're sailing on down there. We will get them eventually. Absolutely eventually. So how are we doing on this claim? 61.6%. We can get ourselves some additional construction going here, so that's fine. This is just not the primary focus right now. So Rapidum is the current location that we need to develop, and that is this right here. So that seems fine. For the moment, I'm going to keep these forts around, or I guess this fort. Okay. Yeah, that's absolutely okay. We definitely want to do some construction over here, and conversion is fine. So no problem there. And we'll put in a pair of taverns for population growth. This is a farming settlement. Looks good. Farming settlement here. This should also be a farming settlement. Okay, we'll order those to disband. And this should be automatic trading. We need a slave estate here. This is going to be a slave estate as well. And then that's a farming settlement. Looks good. We're going to get some mills in here. And a pair of taverns. Okay, something like that. Eventually the game will get caught up. There we go. And as far as this goes, we're going to get rid of this fort as soon as this war is over, but it will be useful for the duration of this war. So we can keep that around and then get rid of it later, is the idea. So we'll do something like that. So that seems fine for now. We are at about 70%, so we can do another one of these. Okay, this is going to be Zukar, and where is this at? Right out over here. Okay, so we're going to be doing this state next. So we definitely want to put in 3 mills here and a tavern. Then we'll put in a forum. Up over this direction, that's a farming settlement. That looks good. 3 mills here will do the trick. Yep, that seems fine. 3 mills here and then a tavern. Farming settlement is great. Farming settlement. Farming, 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 and this one is a slave estate. So that's all absolutely good to go. We can get another one going here. We're at about 80%. So Yazdegerd is the next location, which is right out over here. Perfect. So we definitely need a mill here, and we need to just grab all of these. There we go. That's now good to go. Mine, farming settlement, slave estate, all looks good. Slave estate, farming settlement, yep, that seems okay. This should be a hunting camp. And then we can put in a mill here. Okay, this would be a mill for sure, and then a Freeman district. That's a mine and a mine. Okay, nothing too much needing to happen there. Next up will be Salamat. And we're just waiting at this point for the claim to finish up. So we're going to put in 3 mills here. It's going to be a slave trader. No noble districts. We don't need this commercial district or this library either. And then we would put in 3 forums. Do we need a grand theater and great temple here? Arguably, no. I'm going to get rid of those. And then we'll put in a couple of Freeman districts. Looks good. Here we definitely don't need an earthworks. That's completely useless. And we're out of money, surprisingly. So we'll get the rest of this developed here in just a moment. We've got 88%, 92.4, so that's a couple of months away. Noted. That seems absolutely okay for now. We don't need a noble district here. We don't need a great temple, but we do need a couple of taverns and a slave trader. There we go. And now we need just a little bit more money. So this will be finished up here in a moment. We just need a pair of forums here. Okay. There we go. And out over here, we've got a farming settlement, no problem. Farming settlement, that looks good. We get rid of the villa estate here and make that be a slave trader. This is a research location. That seems fine. We would put in a noble district, but then we need a little bit more money, not much. Farming settlement, slave estate, and farming settlement. So this should be swapped over to a logging camp. We have the CB at this point. We'll get this civilian district in here, and that'll be perfect. We need a new Rob Arakut, and that'll work. Okay. At this point, we are ready to fight Britannia, and so we shall. They're going to be upset about this, of course, but there's very little that they can actually do. So they've got this down here. We're going to go siege immediately. We've got this up here, which we can take, and then we've got this over here, which we can take. So we'll do that, and then we've got this here. I want these guys... We should have moved these into position preemptively, but we're going to sail on up. Okay, so they're going to be right up over here. It's not going to take very long to get there. This is held by Britannia. Okay, that's part of that same state, so not a real... Okay, so up we head. This is all absolutely understood. How are things looking down here? Okay, we're almost to the Puntik army. We'll get there soon. So we see that there's a 7k stack here. I want to go see if we can take that out. Excellent. And then we're going to go grab this capital. Looks good for now. They're heading this direction, so that's good for us. They're heading towards us. And yeah, we're going to fight them there. Seems great. This is all very under control here. We're going to invade here. Wonderful. And who controls this up over this way? Oh, that's very laggy. Oh, that was an integration. Olby. We finally integrated Olby. I like it. So that's wonderful. That's a lot of importations. There we go. Perfect. So this is all under control down over here. This fleet is now freed up, and we can have them sail out over, like, this direction, which we're definitely interested in them doing. Let's see what happens with this siege tick. We won. Okay, so we're going to head down to... We've not selected the correct unit. We're going to head down to here. There we go. And we're victorious here. We did not end up stack wiping them. I don't know where they're going to run to. Here? That's basically the only location they can try to run to. Unless they're going to try to retreat back over this way. That's very awkward. Okay, so this is under our control. This is a 17k stack, and the question is, are we scared of it? I don't think so. Let's head on up like this and see if we can just get that out of there. Perfect. 64% on this siege. I want these guys to embark right now. And we're going to come up and take this. Okay, so ticking war score is absolutely a thing at this point, and we're going to head up over this direction. We can land up over here, but I'm not sure that that's a great idea. Oh, we missed these guys. Let's force march back down and see if we can just get that taken care of. I want to knock these guys out of here. Okay, so that looks good. Our 40k stack can land here, and we won the siege here. So that means that this area is now fully occupied, and we can attack these guys. Perfect. So this is likely going to stack wipe. Very likely going to stack wipe. This I don't think is, but that's absolutely fine. Yeah, did not stack wipe, but the other one did, as expected. Cool. So we've got all of this under control right now, and the question is, at what point is Britannia interested in exiting this war, right? Well, right now, they have one reason to accept a white peace. So we're going to need a lot more than this. And that's absolutely understood. We do want to come up over here and take this. That's going to be True Ocean Coastal. I also want to check in on these guys. Yeah, they're a ways away still. So that's understood. All of this is under control. The question is, do they have any forces inland here? And I don't know what the answer to that is at this moment. So that is absolutely understood. Okay, this stack wiped. That's beautiful. And let's see what we've got here. Nothing. Okay. We're going to embark. And this is going to be slow because of the True Ocean. We could come up and attack over here. That's a bit spooky. Instead, we're going to come out over this direction. It's going to be slow going, and that's absolutely understood. So we're going to get all of this capped, and we're at 22 war score at this juncture. And we're going to get all of this. What does that bring our war score up to? 24. Okay, so that's not a lot of war score, right? Britannia's on medium war enthusiasm right now. We have 6 reasons to accept this. So, as a hypothetical, if we kicked them entirely out of Africa, what would that look like? Well, they don't want to do this yet. They have 24 reasons not to do this. This is 31 war value. Understood. Absolutely understood. I'm certainly interested in kicking them out of Iberia proper, but for the time being, this is about the best we can do. But we'll head up over this direction soon enough. I want to check in down here. Man, that's slow. Well, we knew that would be the case the moment we saw where these guys spawned. We're working on it. So for now, this is about what we can get done. Ticking war score is, of course, on our side for a while here. And also, we've got the months at war modifier here. So all of that is going to be very positive for us. We want to continue to sail on around here and attack here. And then ideally, by the time we get around that the Iberian Peninsula there, ideally these guys would be landing up here at the same time. So we'd have landings happening here and here like this, and we'd move these forces up this direction, which would be nice and quick to ferry because this is all open sea in the Mediterranean. So that would be absolutely wonderful for us. We've definitely got some logistical issues here, no doubt about that, but we just had a religious advance, so that means that we can continue to work towards war dedication. So which of these do we want? To be honest, they're exactly the same. I'm just going to choose one at random, and we're going to move on through. For war dedication, we only need one of these two, and we'd probably choose the Army Morale Recovery over the National Manpower modifier. But it is about time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to finish prosecuting our war against Britannia, maybe, but it's going to be very slow. Oh, look at this. Our vassals are actually attacking up over here. That's pretty hilarious. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Andy McGard, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.